YouTube. How you doing this morning? This is Pastor Nate. Yes, hopefully you can hear me. I pray that you can hear me because, as I stated on my another video, some say that they couldn't hear me when I use my inside voice. I must be talking so low, but I have my phone turned up loud, so hopefully you can hear me. Just be patient. In a couple of days, my new technology will arrive, and I will. When I do these uploads, you're gonna hear me very loudly. All right, so let's get into it. You saw the title. It says, "Keep the dog on the leash." Yes, what are you talking about, Pastor Nate? Are you calling me a dog, Pastor Nate? No. But you know what? A lot of people have that dog spirit, though. By any means am I calling anyone a dog. I remember when we were growing up, we were children, and my brothers and sisters and all that. Y'all know how when we crack jokes on each other or we fuss, we'll call each other different names, and sometimes we'll call each other animal names. All right, I could say a giraffe or an elephant or a pig or, you know, a bird or whatever the case is. I'm just thinking of animals. And anything that's on Noah's ark, we could call each other. But the minute we let the word dog come out of our mouth, then mama looking, grandma looking. Now, what did you say? There is something about a dog. I'm like, all those animals that we called each other. Why did I get your attention, mama, when I called my brother a dog? Let's get into it. Psalms 59 and 6, David talks about, or the writer talks about, the enemy. And he compares the enemy to a dog. He says basically they make noise. The enemy make noise like a dog and round about the city. Just making a lot of noise, causing a lot of confusion. You know how it is when you have a barking dog. Just wish he would shut up. And then some people, they just run their mouth all the time, just like the barking dog. Just into everything and everywhere, busybody just running their mouth, causing a lot of confusion. That's what it's talking about right here. So the writer compares the enemy with the dog. Yes. And some people say that, oh, don't worry about it. She just have a loud bark, or he just has a loud bark. There ain't nothing to it. But you know what? That loud bark is causing a lot of problems. That loud bark is causing a lot of problems with friendships in the church, in family members because of that tongue. And that's what the writer was talking about. The enemy is just like the dog. Yeah, we're not calling no one a dog. But maybe some people have that dog spirit. Uh-oh. Let's get into it, Pastor Nate. Oh, I got to help myself. Come on. I got to explain this one right. We have sayings like, who let the dogs out? Or that's Pastor Nate's bulldog. You know, when you have somebody like, you know how pastors have, like, they call them security guards. I call them, I don't know, armor bearers or maybe staff or people who watch out for the pastor. You know, I've heard some people say, well, that's the pastor bulldog right there. Or even at work, you have a higher manager, and then you have a manager underneath that manager, and the higher manager might send the lower level manager to go out and do the dirty work. No, you fire the person, or you tell the person to stop doing that, or you tell the person if that person does that again, we're going to have to let the person go. So the higher manager has what you call a bulldog, somebody who goes out and doesn't care about controversy, somebody who ain't scared of it. Yes. So I've heard that too. And then we also hear what the title is saying. Keep your dog on a leash. Yes, my friend. If that's my friend, and if my friend is going with me somewhere and causing a lot of problems, somebody might say, well, Pastor Nate, you need to get your friend. You need to keep your dog on a leash because he's causing a lot of confusion. Yes, he's causing a lot of problems, and you may have been around people who are like that, who cause problems, and they may be overprotective when it comes down to you, but when other people come around, for some reason they feel threatened and they just cause a lot of confusion. Case in point, I remember years ago that I mentored a young man who just got out of prison, didn't have anywhere to go, and just took him in the home, trying to help him get rehabilitated so he can gain self-sufficiency. Well, during that 2-year period, I guess I became like a father to him, I guess, because he didn't have the father figure, and I figured there'd be some abandonment issues, because every time people come around, look like, the individual would get jealous, like I'm gonna give this other person more attention, because I guess because I took the person in, and when everybody else mistreated him and rejected him and left him on the streets, and I'm the one who took him in to try to help him out. So maybe he became territorial. So what happens is every time somebody else came around, it caused a lot of trouble, even to the point where they would fight sometime. And every now and then, if I'm at work, I'm gone, and somebody comes over, I'm not there. And then sometimes I would come up at my house, the police is there. The visitor had to call the police. Yes, because this person was just unruly, causing a lot of trouble. Friend, if we got somebody like that, we need to be careful. I know they love you, but we need to keep that person on a leash. We need to tell them, look, don't mess up my other relationships. We cool, but remember, I have other people that I like too. I have other people that are in my life, and you have to respect that. Because one thing about it, if we don't keep, so to speak, the dog on the leash, then the other people that we love, they won't come around anymore, and it will jeopardize our relationships. Not only that, but everywhere you take this person, have you ever taken this person out to eat, and it just seems like they always have something to say about the food. They're always complaining, causing trouble with the waiter or the waitress, just being really rude, and you find yourself apologizing, and I mean, you take them to the mall, somebody look at them wrong, they're ready to fight. They just have issues. We got to keep this dog on a leash. My God in Zion. Sometimes our family members can act like that. I mean, case in point, you have a daughter that's getting ready to get married, and the father is just overprotective. You know how that is. So when the young man who is going to marry the girl or dating the girl comes around, the father always saying, hey, this is my daughter, you better take care of my daughter, you're going to have to deal with me, or she's a lady, I want you to treat her like a lady. I mean, and the young man, every time he comes around, he gets this crazy look from the father. The father side eyes him, and always giving the boyfriend the message of, hey, you better take care of my daughter. And that young man's getting tired of hearing that. He got the point the first time. Oh my gosh, daughter, you better keep daddy on the leash. Daddy's getting out of hand. If daddy keeps getting involved, you won't have nobody to date. That young man is going to go other places. So you better talk to daddy. And I know daddy loves his daughter, and he's overprotective, and he wants the best, but daddy, chill out, or you gonna mess up my relationship. By the same token, let's just say a mother has a son, and for whatever reason, her husband, they're divorced or maybe passed away or whatever, and she's ready to date again, and maybe thinking about getting remarried again. And you have a son, a grown son, maybe he's 25 or 30 years old, and he's overprotective of that mom, so that the new man comes around that mom is interested in, and the son is side-eyeing him and giving him the just have a walk. I'm back, my friend. I'm sorry. So yeah, the son is side-eyeing the mom's new friend. So mom, you got to keep your son on a leash, or you gonna mess up. He gonna mess up your relationship. You're not gonna be able to marry again. Mom wants to get back out there and date again, because she wants her happiness too. So y'all, we have people around us like that, and they love us, and that's probably why they act like that. Maybe they're territorial, overprotective. They have abandonment issues, but you have to have a conversation with them. Say, hey, look, I love these other relationships I have, and I love you too. If you want to stay around, you're going to have to respect the other people that I love, because if not, they're going to stop coming around. I don't know if you have somebody like that. If so, send this video to them. Y'all, I get these exhortations, as I think, and I feel like the Spirit gives me these here, because these are real issues that are going on in the world today. These are real life issues, and I like to talk about these things, and apply some biblical applications to them. So yes, David compared his enemies like a dog. And sometimes, and not only does that person protect us, but maybe we on the other end where we got some family members where we don't even go visit because maybe they got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband and wife that we don't get along with. You might say, no, I ain't going to my sister house. She married that nut. We always get into it all the time. Y'all know we always got somebody like that in our family members. Or we'll say, I'm not going over my brother's house because that girl is tripping and we'll be fighting. I'll be in jail. So guess what? I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to go visit. And when you come over my house, don't bring that fool over my house. Don't bring that nut over my house. Y'all know we've said that plenty of times because they cannot keep that dog on a leash. And so it'll mess up your family relationships too. So we got to be careful with these kind of people. Yes, and we're going to have to talk to these people and tell them, hey, look, I got other family members. You got to respect them if you want to stick around. Right? Because it'll put you in a difficult position. And some of you in that position right now where it's just out of control and you always playing referee, right? You get tired of doing that. You get tired of doing that. Friend, I pray that God would give you wisdom. And I pray that God would give you strength to handle that and to deal with that and come up with a resolution. In the meantime, friend, in between time, be at peace and not in pieces. Till next time.